Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome in for our second leg. Sorry, it's a little bit delayed. Had to record the Ecuador video before this one started. We'll get the lineups done quickly here before starting 11s. All three teams, Netherlands, Sweden, and the Dutch, all competing for that top spot. This is going to be very, very exciting to look around the grounds. 4 points for the Dutch, 4 points for Japan, 3 points for Sweden, who won 5-1, then lost 5-1. Mental statistic, that one there. Let's have a look at the lineups. For Japan, Suzuki remains in goal. It is Ito, Ikatura, and Seko at the back defensively for Japan. Sugawara plays the wing back, as Nakamura does as well on the far side. Tanaka and Kamada in midfield, Ritsu Doan and Daisen Maeda in the 10s. And it's Ueda up top after that very, very good performance last time out. For Sweden, it's Zetterstrom in goal, replacing the previous goalkeeper after a poor performance last time. Avictor Lindelof is the skipper, Isakian, Langeberg at the back. For Hudson, Strud, Ayari in midfield with Gudmundsson on the left wing back, Alanga supporting Gyökeres and Isak. Speed lineups there. And we are underway here from Dallas. Japan and Sweden. Talk about great looking football. These two sides play it. Sweden at the World Cup finals, due to their Nations League performance, a really, really poor display in the qualifying stages. And they won the playoffs to get here. A great contingent of Japanese fans behind this goal here. Japanese second game here in Dallas. They played that first one, a classic 2-2 between themselves and the Dutch in the opening match day. They followed up with a dominant win versus Tunisia last time out. Whereas for Sweden, they dominated Tunisia 5-1, then lost 5-1 to the Dutch match day 2. Now, we said this versus the Dutch. Japan are a massive side. There's a chance from the corner kick. Little action towards the back post. Suzuki gets to double hand, palm away. The Palmer goalkeeper. And Langer's cross blocked behind. Once again, Ritsu Doan of Eintracht Frankfurt. And be a corner kick here for Sweden. They're second inside the opening 2 minutes. We'll keep an eye on the game elsewhere, Tunisia and the Netherlands. Referee just sorting out the clump of numbers in the box here. In swinger. Well dealt with it at the near post by Daisen Maeda of Celtic. He scored that historic goal for them in that comeback victory versus Hearts on the final day to secure them the Scottish Premier League title. Still on that high, I assume. We're looking for Anthony Alanga, who will be the outball multiple periods of time as he supports the two big men up top. The referee lets that play. Ivan Barton today, the referee. Well, I think referee that mental game between Paraguay and Turkey. I think that was Ivan Barton. A little bit less of a controversial two sides here. That's a poor kick from Zetterstrom out of play. Coming in today following that 5-1 demolition by the Dutch, which wasn't quite, I guess, a 5-1 game, but still conceding 5 is probably due course for a change of goalkeeper, and that's what has happened. Japan's so solid defensive without the football. We've seen it versus many a European side. I think the record now is approaching 10 games without a loss against European outfits, including sides like England, the Dutch. They could add Sweden to that list here today. Ball in, Isakian gets it away. Yasanayari escaping, and little trip there by Ritsu Doan. Playing a little bit further forward with the injury to Takafuso Kubo. Such an unfortunate moment for him as well. They're not had great luck, the Japanese. Mitoma going down before the tournament even started. And then using your next best player in Takefusa Kubo. Summarize it. And the Dutch are already up 1-0 versus Tunisia. That could get ugly over there. Tunisia who changed manager after match day 1. Getting word of an own goal there. So currently as it stands, Netherlands on 7 points, Japan 5, Sweden 4. That 4 will be enough for them to go through in the best third place qualifiers. I'm sure that Japan want to win this game and finish top of the group. They need to score a fair few goals though, because the Dutch are going to go through right now in goals scored, because head-to-head, obviously, both sides tied match day 1. That's a loose pass. And taken away by Maeda. Always a little crafty forward. He's got away from 3 here. Maeda, that's a push! No penalty. Whoa. There's in the sides, and there's a extended arm. Goodmanson's that shove. There's coming together in the side, and then there's that. I'm not sure about that, but referee is not having any check on that. Oh, great back heel. This is a great move from Sweden. Here's the chance. The Hudson's effort. Suzuki quite comfortably saved in the end. Nice little back heel from Hasan Isaac. I don't know if he meant it. Or just bounced off his heel, but it was a really good link up. And we're already seeing the end-to-end nature of this one. Ikatura back to his keeper. Ayo Tanaka. And Sekio up the pitch. Could see Ayo Tanaka get a chance here on the World Cup. Limited opportunities for Leeds United this season after dominating the Championship the year prior. Anton Stack and the introduction of Ethan Ampadu in his form really kept him out of the side. But such a crafty creator. Somebody who's always going to get on the ball and make things happen, and such a dangerous player that probably due to start in a Premier League game. If he wants to start for Leeds, I think there'll be clubs lining up to go and grab him. Daichi Kamada. Sugawara, great take. That one's ball. He had away. Tanaka again. Flicker on the corner looking for Sugawara, but the back line's in well there for the Swedish. I think the Lindelof's playing central midfield, they're just mentioning. Sorry about that. Long ball from the keeper, offside against Japan. Previous. Sugawara. His clearance took a nick off Isaac, so it'll be a Japanese throw on this right-hand side here. Already 2-0 for the Dutch there. Check that goal scorer. Brian Brobby, so 2 and 7 minutes for them over there versus Tunisia, and that could get very ugly very quickly for Tunisia. They've already shipped 9 goals. Now they've shipped 2 more. Two of the modern nations in footballing sense. They've come through the pack. Especially Japan. There's a real good feeling about this side and the threat they possess. All very capable in possession. So structured without the football. They're well managed. I really think what I saw versus the Dutch, they probably outplayed them on the balance of things and probably deserved the victory, that one. They brushed aside Tunisia, but everyone's seen done that in this group. This game is massive for them, though. That's a dangerous ball. That's up looking for Ueda. Goodmanson not to get rid of it. Isaac with a flicked head looking for his strike partner in Gyökeres. Unable to find him. Doan. Yasinayari getting a foot in. He had a fabulous start of life in this tournament. Man of the match performance in match day 1 from him. Here comes Alango. He's got a great turn of speed. And that should be a yellow card. Tanaka just coming out and cleaning him out. Surprisingly, no yellow card there, given out by Ivan Barton. I think that's what Yasin Ayari and Alexander Isak are asking. How he's getting away with one there. And so is Graham Pott and his assistants. It seemed not a great challenge at all. So back with the keeper, Zetterstrom. There's the third place rankings as we currently stand. Sweden would go top. 4 points with a 0 goal difference. I'm sure they want to win to secure that. Oh, Gyökeres has passed. Well broken out. Paraviti Doan. 10 minutes down here. Japan coming the other way. Slower start. We've seen some World Cup games like the previous one just burst to life in the opening moments and then sort of settle. And this one started as a smoother, cooler start. And hopefully start bubbling away and get to the boil later on. Ball in the channel looking for Maeda, but just a little bit too heavy there by Seko. So yeah, Victor Lindelof in midfield alongside Yasin Ayari. So very defensively organised here from this Swedish outfit. Gudmundsson in that little channel on the left. Izaki here in the middle. Win those aerial battles versus Ueda. And the support from Lagabeke. Suzuki. Lofted ball centrally. Unable to get up. There Ueda. Someone that's always going to compete in an aerial duel. So Izaki Yen's going to have to be very, very diligent. Both sides matching up with each other here with the formations. Both playing the 3-back and having fullbacks who support and can push further forward. That's a great win in midfield. Japan come the other way now. That's sort of what they want to do. Win those little 50-50 battles. Get some transitional movement. Allow their front three of Maeda, Ueda and Ritsu Doan to get at this back line. And that's the threat you pose with 3-backs is if a side gets in transition, you've got the 3v3. And that's what Japan and Sweden will both look to do here against each other. Kamadas continues to run forward. Laid it back for Nakamura. Nakamura's whipped in ball. Sugawara was there at the back post, but just overhit and out of his reach. Nakamura's had a few good performances so far. Obviously not the big name or of his name on the team sheet, but has put in a big shift. Either a fullback or a wingback. Still 2-0 between Tunisia and the Netherlands. Gyökeres as well against Seko. Alexander Isak's gone wider left here. They've worked really well as a front two so far in this tournament. Similar to how Alexander Sorloth and Erling Haaland have worked together as a combination. Two Scandinavian countries operating with two big centre forwards. So Gudmundsson over to take this long throw. Not much run-off here in America. So a short run-up. Good first contact away, though, by Ayo Tanaka. And Maeda's going to press this one. face paint. Japanese fans always come with the outfits. Izakien. That's a good ball in the channel. Alanga was making the run, but slightly overhit from him, so had to play for the Japanese goal kick. But he has looked the brightest so far, Antti Alanga, for them. Sweden looking to hit balls long to him, to his feet, get him to turn and get at the back line. Player that didn't quite hit the ground running at Newcastle United, but has bags of quality. Scored in the previous matchup against the Dutch. Delwan looking to whip a shot. Blocked away. Falls away Detsime Maeda. And that goal from Alanga, the only goal contribution he's had in his last 12 matches in all competitions. So desperately needed that and got it. And the Swedes want a little bit more from him today. Ito. Blocked away there by Laga Baika. Ayari. And Ito just going through Alanga to win that ball. That's the second time he's been brought down. Antti Alanga. Ivan Barton just establishing the law there with the Japanese centre-half. He has this kick through the back of the Swede. And equally, as Antti Alanga is important, I think Tatsumaeda and Richard Doan supporting Ueda is going to be important as well. Who had got in the goals last time out. It's not going to be that easy this time around, though. Especially against three centre-halves. So the support of those two number 10s just working off him and spreading the game when they can get the opportunity to is going to be vital. The manager would have made that clear. Ito. Of course, the captain Ikatura. Now a Seko. If Japan go through these stages of games, sometimes slow play, happy to build out from the back. Other times, love the counter. So many tools to their game and so many avenues to go get out of the side. Don't just have one way to get at you. Nakamura now on the left-hand side, always providing width. Maeda makes a run on the outside of him. It's Daichi Kamada. Tanaka. Feints and then out wide right to Sugawara, whose cross was pretty poor. And Zetterstrom can easily catch that one. Tanaka and Ayari coming together. And that's a foul, which is surprising to me. I thought he was really... Yeah, he got across well, I thought. I think that's a tough call against Nakamura. Ikatura now. Closed down by Victor Gyökeres. Now to play there. So the Japanese skipper looking to try to play a little bit longer and more direct. Tanaka. The Dutch at the moment just quite happy to sit in. They're going to look to counter it sort of seams in this one. And you got players like Izak and Alanga, quick and a focal striker, and Victor Gyökeres. It makes sense to play that sort of style and allow Japan to do the creating, and if they make a mistake, you can pounce. Ball ended up with Maeda. I don't know if it was meant to go there initially. Ball over the top looking for Sugawara. He continues to make that overlapping run on the right-hand side, and Gudmundsson's clearance blocked out of play. So it'll be a Sweden throw. Potter on screen has done a very good job here to salvage something for the Swede inside. As I said, was not going well for them in qualifying. Actually failed to win in the qualifying stages, but through their performance in the Nations League, they got a second chance, and that second bite of the cherry, they made the most of it. Doan, Sugawara, Doan again. Great work in tight spaces from those two. Sugawara threw himself to the ground, and the referee saw that, so no foul, but possession given back the way of the blue side. The way they wanted the return ball, but again, overhit. Just that final ball at the moment, Japan failing to link it up. I'll mention it a few times in the stream, but they're not a big side, so crosses into the box aren't the best avenue. Saying that they did score from a headed effort versus the Dutch on opening match day, quite surprisingly. Oh, Nakamura did well initially. Lost out in the second phase. Antti Langinen will chase this one down. Ikatura will have to be very, very smart here to keep him away from goal, and does so. Very great coverage from the skipper, Ikatura. He's got the armband. No Wataru Endo, unfortunately. The jersey behind me. Disagreement. The manager didn't want to take him after a previous injury, so no Endo at this World Cup. No experienced veteran in midfield, and said they've gone with the youthfulness of Ayo Tanaka alongside Daichi Kamada. That dinked ball, asking way too much of Alexander Isak, even for his speed. Suzuki, drill ball in. That's a great take from Ueda. And that can set this side up here. Kamada can go forward. And Nakamura out wide left. Ball put in. That's dangerous for Maeda. It just heads over. Had to do a lot of work there to fashion a header out of that. Free header nonetheless for Daitzen Maeda. He would probably hope he did a little bit better than that for that sort of position. But again, Japan, they're able to get through. Progress to the lines a little bit quicker. A bit more direct. You got the overlapping runs of Nakamura, Sugawara there. And we saw it versus the Dutch. They have passages where they just start playing some flowing football, and I feel like they're just starting to warm into that one now. Kamada, just at the reach of Daitzen Maeda. Isak in. Now with Goodmanson. Halfway through the first half. Drinks break won't be too far away. Be a good chance for Sweden to get that drinks break in and just regather here. Because they haven't really enforced their issue yet. They had a few corners early on, but outside of that, lacked a threat and a cutting edge in the final third. To be fair, sent to Japan, but have looked better on the ball, Japan, and looked to actually make things happen, and onus for them to create. Switch of play now to the left-hand side where Stroud is. But to gallop forward in, take some ground. Sugawara man marshalling him. Chance to turn for Alexander Isak and lays it off for Yasin Ayari. These two sides yet to meet in a professional, competitive head-to-head matchup. First time they've come and locked horns. A really great time as both teams, as I said, are really making strides in the international game. Japan, I think, have been so impressive. 18th ranked side in the world, Sweden 38th. Japan unbeaten the last 9 games. Both teams have scored 6 goals before this game, but we haven't quite seen the goals yet. Ivan Baton says it's time for our first break. And once again, the crowd quite rightly booing their interval. So 24 minutes in, 0-0. It's 2-0 between the Dutch and Tunisia. Part ways quickly for a short minute break whilst the players have a drink. It is 0-0 between Japan and Sweden. Right, welcome back, one and all. A cagier first quarter of the game. The quarter time interval, hopefully a chance for the booth. Manages to impart their wants and needs on their sides. Both sides have scored 6 apiece. Sweden have conceded 6. And for Japan, only 2. Both goals they've conceded have come in the second half, though. For Sweden, they've conceded 3 in the first, 3 in the second half. Unbeaten in 9, Japan in the lead up for this one here. Sweden no clean sheet in 13 games. So it's it makes for an entertaining match. We haven't seen that yet. The final ball, the quality inside the final third has not quite been there yet. Both sides have had half chances, sort of finish off a move and haven't been able to do so. So that's what we're watching for here. Hachi Kamada, he's got an engine. He can run all day in midfield and continues to win balls in there. That's a loose pass, however. Nicked by Yasin Ayar. It's fallen the way of Anthony Alanga. Again, looks to feed in Gyökeres, and that's sort of the same problem again. Overhit pass. And the same struggles both teams have had. Trying to link the game up, trying to finish off their moves. By the way, have a look at the Japanese goalkeeper kit what Suzuki's wearing. That is stunning. High boot there against Stroud. If I'm Bartolomasi thinking, how easy is this? If you weren't with me on, I think it was Friday US time, Friday nights in the UK and Europe, and then Saturday morning here, we watched Tunisia and Turkey face off. Tunisia and Turkey, Turkey and Paraguay face off. I've never seen a more disrupted game of football with people dropping to the floor, red cards, debate to the referee 24/7. It was the most difficult game to referee, a tough game to watch. But Ivan Barton got through that, and now he's got Japan and Sweden as a result. It's the best present I think a referee can ever receive. Two relatively well-behaved sides. Hope I don't jinx that, but there's no... I think the whole group, to be honest, bunch of teams that play the game the right way. It's a good win by Eo Tanaka in there. Seko goes back to the safety of Zion Suzuki in goal. Tanaka waiting for Isaac and then releasing back to Seko. Long ball looking for Ueda. Still chasing it in. And Zetterstrom just, in the end, getting off his line to collect that. But Ueda, as that long ball, is always an option. Problem being, he's going to be occupied by at least two centre-halves. If none of the forwards are up there with him. So, again, big importance that the ball gets played through the likes of Datsun Maeda and Ritsu Doan, so that Ueda, the big centre forward, isn't so isolated, because when you play the three back and you come up against a front three, like you got here with Ueda, Doan and Maeda, it's so important that those complementary players support the centre forward and either feed off the second balls or get the ball so they draw defenders away. Otherwise, Ueda will be a very isolated man doing a lot of hard work for no reason. Zetterstrom to number one now, going long. Finding Victor Gyökeres here. He's got Ito for company. Great hold up from Gyökeres in the end. I thought he was foul, but Barton saw the other way. Victor Lindelof wins it back high up the pitch. Barton. Great battling by Eo Tanaka. He's looked really, really good in there. And Ueda can skip away. He's got the turn of pace, and Isaac Hien has to bring him to ground. That is a very, very clear yellow card. And that is what Ueda can do. A quick turnover in possession and try and get at this back line, because that's when the 1v2 or 1v1 for Ueda, and that's the opportunity they want. Turnover, transition, go direct. Whether it be to Maeda, whether it be to Doan, or more likely Ueda, you can get at this Sweden back line that has not a set back five. It'll be a mobile back three or only two back, and that's an opportunity. There's numbers you like if you're Japan's front line. But in this situation, when there's five behind, it's going to take a lot to really pick apart this Swedish block. But the centre half is a yellow card, and that's a big bonus if you're wearing the blue of Japan, the samurai blue. Doan. Seko across to Ikatura. Now with Eo Tanaka. Just working from side to side here, Japan, trying to find that little pocket of space. Tanaka receives. Looks to be the deepest player. Taiji Kamada and him rotating the deeper. Here is Daichi Kamada. Space for Richie Doan in between the lines. He's made a darting run in behind. And to open up space here for Sugawara. Sweden, though, very, very responsibly in their shape. 5-3-2 without the football. Gyökeres and Isaac sort of leading that press. Yasin Ayari in midfield in there. Alongside Victor Lindelof trying to deny a pass into the middle of the park. And here is Yasin Ayari trying to get away from Daichi Kamada. It's a throw. Japan's way. It's a long throw. It's out with Sugawara's throw. Great hold up from Ueda. A chance to turn and feeds in Sugawara. Chance to cross here. Across the box. No one got a touch. Not cleared though. Now a chance for the Yasenayari to carry. Izaki N there's gone down. Tanaka again being called for the foul. Izaki N's in a bit of trouble here. Potentially a calf or a foot injury. Sugawara getting in the right-hand side. The problem is no one was in the box. Oh, it might be a knee. Ankle, knee. He just sort of jolts down after overextending. He's in trouble. I think that's his day done. Azakian. Tournament over for Izaki, and that is so disappointing. I thought we saw with Thomas Socek yesterday. And the referee just making sure the teams don't go to the benches when we're going to stoppage in play. That's what the drinks break is apparently for. So Lucas Bergvall is ready to come on here, but the ball's not ready. So expecting Lindelof to drop in at centre half and Bergvall come in midfield alongside Yasin Ayari. So Premier League combination in midfield for Sweden. Now that change is ready to go. Bergvall on. And Ruben here, we're leaving Tottenham Hotspur. One's out. Which is, to be honest, quite fair considering the situation there at Tottenham. He's in a lot of trouble here. That'll be a big blow for Atalanta at the start of their season as well. Oh, what a turn. But Hudson, the cutback was on. Tanaka in the way. He's had his hand in all pies in this one. Been a bit everywhere. Cleaned up in the process as well. Again here. Bergvall coming in, trying to establish his physicality. And another change here. Ikatura, the skipper. So what's happened here? I think that's not that bad for Ikatura either. Taniguchi, who started against the Dutch, basically back in the starting 11 here after 38 minutes. He'll play a large portion of this one. I hope that's not too bad either for Ikatura. But a chance for Taniguchi to impact in this game now. So 2 centre-halves have gone off. Ball fizzed inside. Richard Doan, no one in particular, so Bergvall can come away with it. Great pressing and win back from Daitsin Maeda. The energy, the intensity which he brings, it lifts everyone around him, surely. Such a bright spark for Celtic this season. Lots of goals in his game. But it's the work rate without the football that makes him such a likeable and easy to work with character. Tanaka. Coming up. Trying to squeeze that ball into Kamina. Tanaka again. Sugawara. Low-driven effort. Zetterstrom. Well and truly behind that one there. Lacked a lot of the power. Had the accuracy. Needed a lot more to beat the keeper from out there. After that rapid start, the Dutch have not added a third. It's 2-0. Still have there. Brian Brobby in the 7th minute, the own goal in the 3rd minute for them. Cummington and Doan coming together. And that's a foul. Just dropped the shoulder in there. Ball now with Victor Lindelof. Big 5 minutes here before half time. Japan are pressing like this through Maeda. He's just nipping away at the feet of the centre half there. There's a lot of space here for Daichi coming out of the turn. They've had a lot of opportunity in the centre of the park to turn and go. Swedes is very deep and very compact. The midfield and defensive line are almost touching hands there. Nakamura. One way to the next. Sets it back for Ayo Tanaka. Very well done from Tanaka. In the end, ran to Lagabaka. Tanaka just clipping the footing of Anthony Alanga. He's running a very tight ship in their midfield. Ayo Tanaka and Daichi Kamina might be the difference makers here today. They continue to keep pushing and pressing and causing the Swedish side some problems. They'll eventually break them down, you assume. Another loose pass by the Swedes. Kamina tripped. Tanaka wanted the advantage played, but the referee brings the game to a halt. Don't expect much stoppage time here. And a pretty stoppage-less first 45 minutes. Seko. That ball was well over here. Sent into the path of Zetterstrom. Bergvall. Oh, that's a little heavy touch there. Possession given back to Doan. That's 2 times now. Bergvall's just coming a little bit overzealously. They've been on the pitch for near on 5 or so minutes. A little bit clumsy there from Lucas Bergvall. So can Japan produce something in the final few moments for the interval? Japan have played the better football, but they're yet to really test the goalkeeper and really make something in that final third. Japanese fans do believe, though. I'm liking this run by Nakamura on the left-hand side. Puts the ball in. Oh, too much on it for Sugawara to control. All cleared. Seko just guarding that over the line. Another great job down the left-hand side there by Nakamura. He's had a lot of luck down that channel. Tanaka. Oh, great touch around the corner for Kamada. Smartly past Bergvall. And he got clipped as well. Doan. There's space here for Japan. Nakamura on the far left-hand side. Ito continued his run. The cutback. Partially blocked away. Nakamura. A little bit more polish altogether. And they could maximise these moments where they get a couple of Swedish players out of position in the Japanese side because they've put together some good strings of possession. Coming up, a little layoff. Maeda. That's the chance! Oh! What a save. Some Zetterstrom. Nakamura again finding his way into a shooting position. Oh. Just trying to place it in there. Open the body up, trying to whip it to the far corner. And Nakamura does denied by Zetterstrom. Five minutes to go. Added on this first half stoppage time. Quarter dealt with. Taniguchi just sends it high. Ueda has to compete. The handball in it and all of that. Ivan Baton calling that. Here's that chance again. What a layoff from that's in Maeda. Quick thinking. Nakamura so close to finding that far corner. Sweden have to go into the halftime interval and really regroup here. Japan have outplayed them. Defended Isak and Jokeres very well. Not that they've had much to really feed off, but he gets down to the midfield battle. Japan, the 4 attempts to Sweden's 1. 2 attempts on target for the Japanese side. 1 out of 1 attempt on target for the Swedish. So Zion Suzuki over this one. There you go, dual 1 by Gudmundsson. Bergvall trying to come away with it. Fouled in the action. It goes quickly to Alexander Isak. Is this a chance here? Jokeres is going to chase down that. Ball back to dead cause. Sugawara with the throw. Stroud. Great turn away from Doan. Doan wins it back. It's just those duels, those battles that Japan just wins so well. It's not just today. They do this in every game they face off against an opposition. And that's a loose ball. It's fallen the way of Peter Jokeres. Took a nick. It's gone wide with a corner kick. It might just be a chance like that for Sweden, where Japan make a mistake, and that's what they can benefit from. We saw a very similar thing happen in the Dutch game for Japan. They started slowish, but got on the football, made things happen. But the Dutch were able to strike first from a corner kick. I don't want that to happen again here. 2 minutes to defend, to get in half-time unscathed. He's in swing up. Suzuki comes and double fist punch away. And he gets a lot of distance on that double fist up. Alanga ropes it back in. He's Stroud. Gudmundsson. Last minute of stoppages here in the first half. Still nothing to separate these two sides. Not much of note in terms of attempts on target. Nakamura, the main chance, well saved. Outside of that, though, really nothing has tested the keepers yet. Our commentary team that the World Cup has mentioned it. They've beaten Brazil, Japan, they've beaten England. They've beaten Croatia as well in recent times. They're a side that almost habitually overperforms. A side, if you've seen the ITV coverage, Ange Postecoglou thinks they're ready to start challenging now. That's a ball to the edge of the area. Yasin Ayari almost walking onto that one. Good finish here from Sweden. A good little push for the last few moments. Stroud's ball in, collected by Parma's Zion Suzuki, and that should take us to the half-time interval. That is the break. So then, no goals yet to these two sides. They've been high scorers in the first few games, but outside of Nakamura's open-footed shot that was saved by Zetterstrom, there's been nothing to speak of. Cagey, tactical first 45, which Japan have had the better of, but Sweden have built in the game as we came to the end of the first half there. Solid display from both. Japan 0, Sweden 0 at the break. Alrighty, second half action underway. The first half, that teased us. We're waiting for the Stars to show what they're all about here in the second. It's 2-0 between the Dutch and Tunisia. They will finish top of the group, it looks like, the Netherlands, to sheer amount of goals scored. I don't think the Japanese side can close down that differential. If they win this game, they have to win it by probably 5 in the end, I think, to top of the Dutch. But in this one, it's going to be, I think, the work of Ayo Tanaka and Daichi Kamada is going to make the difference if Japan are going to get through. And for Sweden, I like the look of Yasin Ayari alongside Lucas Bergvall in midfield. Maybe they can try and progress the ball for the Swedish side. But it was a first half in which, in between the thirds, it was sort of dominated by Japan. But going forward, both sides just lacked that clinical edge to put the opposition away. Ball there. I'll be run out of play. Let me just quickly fix this. If you did miss the first half, though, one substitution apiece for each side. Captain Ikatura made way. Taniguchi came on. And Isaac Hien went off with an apparent hamstring injury. And on came Bergvall. That meant Victor Lindelof, who started in midfield, now playing at centre half for the rest of this one. As it currently stands, Sweden should be good to go through. Top of the best third place finishes with 4 points. Japan will be on 5. Sweden will lose, however. Depends how much they lose by, but they'll want to try and keep it. It's only 1 because they'll be on 3 points with a -1 goal difference. And, well, the goal difference is going to be a big talking point in those best third place qualifier standings. As it currently stands, Ecuador and Bosnia-Herzegovina are through on 4 points. Croatia, they're 3 points, -1 goal difference. But with a game to play, South Korea, third. Oh, Ayo Tanaka, great footwork, and hits it high and over. South Korea 5th in that ranking with a -1 goal difference as well. But they've played all their games. Scotland are basically out of the tournament. Cabo Verde, Belgium, Congo, Senegal can all climb out of that bottom 4, to be honest. They've all got decent enough fixtures. Gyökeres. Still Victor Gyökeres. And a good foot in there. Nice Seko. Important intervention there because Gyökeres just got his head down and started to get at this back line. Yasin Ayari stands over this corner kick. Whipping a dangerous ball. In swing up from him. Won't be played short to Elanga. On the second ball, he sends it in. Bergvall at the back post. It's come to the edge of the area where Stroud is. Bergvall again. Looks to whip one across, but sliding challenge by Ito in the way and sends it behind for a secondary corner here for Sweden. This time on the right side. And this time Stroud over to take this corner kick. Cramming that 6-yard box. Looking to crowd out Zion Suzuki. He's dealt with the corner balls, whipped in very well so far. Got a strong fist to a lot. More of a gentle dink and the near post flicked header. No good. Larga, Bielka, they're heading wide. Didn't have much control over that one. Suzuki, oh, great pass. And Kamada's through the initial press. Maeda. Japanese fans in here. Starting to raise some noise there. Encourage their team. Not as good as a start to the first half. That's what they left the second on. Sweden just trying to find their footing in this one. And brought to ground, so gets it back underway. Tanaka. It's a sort of a curious position that both teams are in, considering really both benefit from this draw. The threat of dropping out for Japan and for Sweden if they don't win, obviously sort of dropping into an awkward position for the top 3 qualifying positions as well. They both draw 5 points and 4 points. Second for Japan and third for Sweden, and there's no dramas. Obviously, that's not how people think. Here's Stroud. Great knock beyond Nakamura, but he covered off really well and then won a throw fantastically well with the back heel. Nakamura continuing to show his quality. There's the current standings. The Dutch on 7, Japan on 5, Sweden on 4. All will qualify if it stays as is. But I feel like there will be another twist in this tail. This Japanese side don't sit down. Look at that kid there, loves it. Oh, flick from Gyökeres. Isaac couldn't squeeze it through. Great challenge from Taniguchi, I think, back there. Ueda, taking away from trouble. Kamada, Nakamura, of course, is marching on the left-hand side. Cutting inside as well, Nakamura. Edge of the area. Ueda, deflected. Nakamura's there. Hasn't quite fell his way nicely. Attack sort of died off now. Set back for Kamada. Dinks one up. Back post. There's the chance. Oh, it was set. But no one wanted to react to it. Doan. To a nick. There's a chance. Oh. And what a save for Zetterstrom, but it's offside. And Japan just probing. Great movement, great passage. Well offside there. See, 3 of them are offside. What a save from Zetterstrom, though. He didn't know much about that. That's what Japan can do. Just like that. Sinayari now. Great battle won there by Maeda. No foul given by the referee. Maeda tries to feed forward the Celtic man. He again's hunting, winning that loose ball. Kamada. Nakamura on the left-hand side. Oh, just dilly-dally a little bit too much on it. Stroud came away. That's a great little battle down that side. Tunisia score one back there against the Netherlands. So maybe, just maybe, Tunisia can do Japan a favour here. And if Japan can go and win this, they could win the group. Ito. Dangerous ball in. Zetterstrom came and punched well clear. Now Anthony Alanga. Bergvall. Tanaka in strong again. And Maeda followed suit. I don't know why the Swedish players are upset. That's a clean tackle by Ayo Tanaka. Good little moment of momentum here for the Japanese side. They're just threatening. Coming together. Gyökeres went to ground. The referee didn't see it that way. Ueda comes back the other way now. Japan just winning those duels again. Looking a little bit more dangerous and forward thinking. Switch of play from Sugawara to find Nakamura. So they have Tunisia nick another goal here. It's be a very, very interesting finish across all the grounds. They're going to call for Doan to Ueda. Doan again. Great ball. That's a beautiful play and a beautiful goal. What a finish on Dutton Maeda. Oh. Picasso. Artistry at its finest form. A Japanese piece of brilliance. And a team goal at that as well. And what a way to break apart this Swedish low block. It is stunning. Beautiful football. It's Sugawara. He picks it up, drills the ball in. Little flick around the corner. A give and go with Ueda and Doan. And the weight of the pass to Maeda, who slots a pass Edestrom, is just stunning. Sweden caught flat-footed. And Japan were building. You could just sense it, they were coming. And that there is just, oh, you could watch that all day long. That's the beautiful game. And look at the manager, absolutely loves it. That's how you play football. And Dutton Maeda again on the score sheet. He's been a handful. Flowing from that memorable goal against Hearts on the final day in the SPFL into this World Cup. Back in the starters today and back in the goals. Japan in the lead 1-0. And they can almost taste the top spot in this group. Now for all Sweden to do is to fight back. They need to find a way here. Tunisia score one more here. And we've got Japan top of the group. So right now, it's a +5 goal difference either way. So Japan score one more, they go top. That's what's up for grabs now. 7 apiece at the top, 3 for Sweden, 0 for Tunisia. Or Tunisia score again, and then there's a real big story developing. I think I had Japan. I'm pretty sure I had Japan finishing top of this group. You just had the feeling with them. Bergvall. If anyone's going to strike back, it's going to be Lucas Bergvall, you feel. Great intervention by the wing-back Sugawara against Victor Gyökeres. So now Sweden drop down to the third place side. Bosnia-Herzegovina and Ecuador are through, confirmed. So Bergvall on throw. Sugawara meets it. Second header away from Ayo Tanaka. That's a loose pass. I think Langer has to keep that in play. That's come off the goal scorer, Maeda. 2 11s coming together there. And Nakamura back on. Just for the moment, he was off. I don't know what happened there. It's back in play, though. That's a great take from Mizak. Killed it dead. Like a Bielka there. Langer tries to stand it up. Back post is the location. Away goes Sugawara. And Japan can just get out for the time being. It's been a good little spell prior to that goal. You could just feel it was coming. And the finish was class. It's a proper footballing goal scored by Japan. That's the sign they are. They play proper football. They're not all sit-in and pragmatism. They don't just utilize physicality, athleticism. Gyökeres is absolutely furious with the referee. He's had a lot of attention. Obviously much stronger than probably all 3 of the Japanese centre-halves combined. They're all very smart and know how to get about the ground well, the Japanese centre-halves, but they're not. Victor Gyökeres tight strong. Yasin Ayari, a set piece now for Sweden. And 25 yards out here. Going to whip something into danger. Doesn't get past the first man, Daichi Kamada. He's always in the way, it feels. Recycled ball in. Sugawara heads away and as far as Lucas Bergvall. Hour played, 1-0. As I say, like this Japanese side, they just have so many tools to their arsenal, but they play so beautifully. You see it in Asia, in the Asian qualifiers. They are the best team by a very long way in the Asian qualifying division, so they have to play against low blocks every single time they face off against an opposition. Even when they came here to Australia and we ended up beating them 1-0, they still probably outplayed Australia in the balance of things. They're the best representation of Asian football. They're one of the best Asian football leagues in the world. And the national team is continuing to show it's got quality. I mentioned it the first half. Ange Postecoglou on ITV over in the UK said their plan is to be pushing for a World Cup title, I think, in 50 years' time or 30 years' time or something. And he believes in, I'm probably in that boat now, that they're ready now to go deep in tournaments and to make a run for the trophy. And the way they're able to just will their way, skill their way, and outclass their way past teams is quite brilliant. Alanga! Oh! Anthony Alanga whips it in! Out of nothing, a curler. And Anthony Alanga special on his left foot. Stunning finish from the Newcastle man. And he was lulling the defenders to sleep. Shooted on the left foot. Little space to really operate into. Look, he shifts the inside and off the corner of the box. The whip, the speed in that effort. And Suzuki just doesn't see it quick enough. And by the time he has time to react, it's too late. Was it a cross? Was it a shot? He'll claim it. But it's a splendid finish from Anthony Alanga. And Sweden have parity. Alanga excellence. It means the world to those Swedish fans. Rory no longer. I tell you what, this really reminiscent of that Dutch-Japan game in this same arena, where it was the Dutch score for Japan drew level very quickly after. The Dutch then took the lead again, and then Japan pulled back. It might end up being that sort of back and forth game in the end. Ooh, and it's 3-1 between the Dutch and Tunisia. And you can hear the lull in the crowd. Long ball, Suzuki never came. Can roll straight out to Tanaka. So do Japan respond now? This game's become a little bit more stretched and open, but more importantly, more intent from Sweden. And Japan have remained with their intent. They still search for a victory here. With that Netherlands goal, maybe first place out of reach, but I would love to leave this group on a victory and on 7 points rather than 5. Bergvall to Stroud and just bundled over by Datsun Maeda, just overzealous there in his attempts to win the ball back. Sweden come again with Yasin Ayari. Tanaka getting the foot in, but Ayari's still with it. Japan now can come away. What's loose? Oh, Sugawara, what is he playing at? Isaac well saves Zion Suzuki. Japan, just for the moment, a little bit nervy. A little bit on edge here. First chance Alexander Isak to getting a shot in anger on the Japan goal. Crisis averted for the time being, though. Stroud over to take this one. Back as we started. The second half, 7-5-4 for the Dutch, the Japan side, and Sweden. Stroud again. That's a man got a toe in. Had to play for a Swedish throw near the corner flag. 65 minutes down here in this second half. Long throw. This is a good action for them. Bigger bodies for the Swedish side. Shooting effort for Yasin Ayari. Can't quite manufacture the space, though. Ball goes out wide. Gyökeres. Great chance from Ayo Tanaka. Does really well. And he gets fouled by Viktor Gyökeres. Time for a substitute here. The sub. So Ogawa's coming on. Yeah, double substitution here. Junya Ito and Koki Ogawa. So Ueda makes away. I thought he was really quite dangerous. And, well, the assister, Ritsu Doan, will make way. And it is going to be Junya Ito coming on forward. He's looked good this tournament so far. Surprised about the Ueda substitution, but fresh legs nonetheless. Ritsu Doan isn't happy. Maeda flying in with a challenge. Doan not happy one bit, still carrying on. Wow, surprising reaction from Ritsu Doan. He's normally a really cool, calm, composed character, but he wanted this. Well, it's time for Junya Ito to try and show if he can be a point of difference here. Okawa as well up top. And Moriyasu, though, the manager's done a very good job. We'll speak about him a little bit later because we've got our secondary three-quarter time interval now. It's going to ruin the stem of things, but for Japan, probably it comes at the right time. It allows them to reset and allows Moriyasu, the manager, just to get a word in. Sweden have bounced back. The first goal scored by Maeda in the 56th minute. It's been countered by Antti Elanga in the 62nd minute. It's one apiece. Short minute and a half break. We'll be back for the last portion of this second half very soon. Alrighty, guys. Last period here. Ready for a really exciting end, I think, to this one. 3-1 elsewhere between the Dutch and Tunisia. That third goal has come through Jean-Paul Van Hecke, the new Tottenham Hotspur signing. But one apiece here. Both teams can be fine to take a point, but I don't see these two sides being happy just to sit and have a point. I think Japan especially want to go after this. Nakamura. There's foul on Ito, Junior Ito there. The far side. It's about Moriyasu. Really, really impressive campaigns for Japan. And his record for the Japanese national team. They've been a now notorious, difficult side to face up against and a constant in the knockout stages. 106 matches, 74 victories, 18 losses for the Japanese national team. They've come into this game on a crazy run of form, beating Ghana, Bolivia, Scotland, England, Iceland, draw to Netherlands, win versus Tunisia. Just unstoppable. Hajime Moriyasu, the manager. Really good system here with the versatile wing-backs and the 5 and 3 at the back formation, 2 in midfield, and the front 3. Had a great career across the Japanese national team, but also support in 21, 22s and 23s. As much of the playing group has improved and they've become very, very dangerous, it's also down to the work that Moriyasu has put into this side here. They make them, as I said, just a formidable outfit. Despite conceding 6 goals prior to this, Sweden have looked very, very solid today without the football. And despite coming against a very strong attacking side in Japan, they've not really put a foot wrong defensively. Broken apart by an absolutely beautiful piece of football. That led to Maeda's goal. Long ball from Lindelof. I haven't seen much of him in this second half. Tanaka, Kamada. Just got upended there. Real coming together. That's a stinger for the Crystal Palace European champion, Tachi Kamada. Not much that Bergson can do. Both teams, as I said, will be happy with the point. They finish where they need to finish. Sweden on 4 points and will be getting through in the third place qualifiers, and Japan 5 points, unbeaten in the group, second place. But you just get the sense this game is destined for more goals. Yuto Nagatomo running himself on the touchline as well. Daniel Svensson and Ken Sema coming on. So yeah, further forward options. Especially with Svensson, we'll definitely get further forward. The other wing back, Stroud, making way as well. So 2 wing backs off. I have to say a little bit more attackingly orientated in Svensson and Sema coming on. And 36 cats for Nagatomo. And Watanabe comes on as well. A very dangerous, well put together player. Watanabe coming on for Seko to shore up this side. Some fresh legs though for Japan. Maybe causing some problems here. Junior Ito. Defensive covering there from Ken Sema straight in the action. Long ball. Straight to Zion Suzuki. So there's a look. Sweden will finish top of the third place qualifiers as all things currently stand. Paraguay playing next against Australia. We'll be streaming that one here as well. Less of an organised stream, that one. That was going to be a little bit chaos, to be fair. But if you want to see chaos from me, you can come and join me for that one there next. That's in just shy of 1.5 hours' time. Triple header today. Friday here in Australia. Thursday afternoon in the States. I think it's ticked over to Friday morning in Europe. Taniguchi just leading with that right elbow on Victor Gyökeres, and that's a foul. And then steps on him in the follow-up. So a double whammy there. So that's quite clearly the yellow card for Taniguchi. He's come off the bench for Ikatura in the 39th minute. Hopefully Ikatura's okay. Important moment here, though, for Japan to defend this set piece. Chance for Sweden here to score and go ahead of Japan on the table. Ball whipped in, well dealt with. Lucas Bergvall. Keeping possession and almost dribbling himself into trouble. Svensson. It's wide. It's taking a nick. So corner kick for the Swedish side. Yasinayari will take this corner kick. Sweden continuing to push here. Look better in the second half here of the second half. Really growing into this game. That same fluidity and control from Japan just fading. And maybe the legs of Tanaka and Kamada just starting to fade. Whipped in on top of the keeper. Does get a punch on it. Sema. Ball never sat for him. Alanga away. He's the goal scorer. Oh, a little nutmeg there. Beautiful. Svensson, cut back. Tanaka can get it away. And just out of the reaches of Junya Ito. A chance for a counter. Wasted there by Japan. Around the corner there. Great follow in. Tackle one well though by the veteran Nagatomo. Fitting in Ogawa. Now Tanaka. Nagatomo. That ball behind him by Tanaka. That's a rare mistake from Tanaka in midfield today. Just the momentum swinging in favour of the Swedes right now. They've got their foot in the ball. They've got chances forward. Ball's whipped into the box. Utilising that superior height and athleticism. That's quite the setup there for that chap. Nagatomo's head up. No one reacted to the loose ball. Gyökeres. Down the line. Ito there with Alanga. Great speed and turn of play from Anthony Alanga. He's copped a whack for it. Ito there just being not very smart there, whacking his foot in. Hiroki Ito. So then Yasinayari, another set piece, another set play. More numbers cram into that 6-yard box or just around that penalty area mark. Whipped in, back post. Wasted header. As a fan base is still believe. They've seen their side score a goal. Both scoring one apiece in the second half. That's Maeda's goal, cancelled out by Anthony Alanga's whipped effort into the far corner. It's been a one for the neutrals in terms of a good watch of football, but it's lacked a bit of that sharp edge and that end-to-end type atmosphere that you sometimes get these final match days. Just because I think teams are both happy to take away with what they've got right now and don't want to lose what they have. It's come off Victor Gyökeres. He's not happy one bit with that call. Sugawara now for Japan. Tanaka on the ball. Japan fans continue to sing away to the left-hand side. Behind their goal, they're attacking. They're just rising in voice here. Long ball. That's a dangerous-looking ball. Really well done by Goodmanson to get a nick on that. Put it behind. Because Junya Ito was in behind there. So a chance here for Japan. As I said, those fans behind the goal trying to suck that ball in. Japan managed to score from a corner versus the Dutch. Can they do so here? No. Combination of goalkeeper and the header away. Alanga with his turn of pace is going to be dangerous. Watanabe in well. And they win the ball. And an early ball in. Is this the chance? No. Ogawa. Outstretched effort. Would have taken something special to score from there. But great energy. Great intensity from Japan. Willing the ball back into their path. Winning the ball high up the pitch. And that ball from Daichi Kamada. Couldn't ask for much more of him. So Lucas Bergvall will get this long throw in. Again, utilising the size and the height. Advantage over this Japanese side, but they deal with these set pieces so well. Throw put in. Sugawara away. Second ball to there to be one. Kamada. Has he hit that well enough for Ito? No. Too well hit. Had to play for a throw. Far side on the left-hand side here for Lucas Bergvall. But Junya Ito, he has the threats on the counter-attack to put a side away here. It could be that sort of moment that separates your two sides. It feels like in open play, there's not much to separate the two. But transition, set pieces, that could be where the game's won or lost. Gyökeres just barging over Daichi Kamada, stopping that counter-attack smartly. The Arsenal man, that's a yellow card for him. What he has to do with the card signal straight away. He wanted it, and he got it eventually. Junya Ito, always crafty, skillful. Can get Ken Sema there. Set back for Sugawara. A really awkward clearance. That's cramp, hopefully, for Lindelof. It is cramp. Thank God for that. I can hear him yelling. I can't laugh because I've done the same thing. Once you're in the air and everything goes, it's the saddest thing. Because you're not in control of any of your part of your body at that point. And the skipper's in some pain. He might need to be substituted, to be fair, because Yeah, they're going to have to get some medical attention here. Gudmundsson and the keeper trying to stretch out Victor Lindelof's calves. Yeah, they want the substitution. I think he's gone here. He's still in a lot of pain with his calf cramp. I think both of them. So the plan has to be changed here, I think, for the Swedes. They had 2 subs up their sleeve. I think one was an attacking alteration. Here's that goal again. Doan, the layoff Ueda. Ueda back to Doan, and then Tatsameda with a quality finish. And then this Anthony Langa goal. Trying to work out, is it a cross? No matter what happens, though, he's claiming that. And it's a beautiful, precise finish into the far right corner. Nuren is on. So Victor Lindelof making way. Nuren comes on. He's still struggling. Well, it is warmer in Texas than anywhere else in America, so it makes sense. Maybe it's a bit humid in the old dome. And Gudmundsson will also make way. Starfelt on as well. So you're in the Celtic man. Poor challenger from Sugawara on Ken Sema. He almost need him in the back of the head there. He's elbowed him. But he led with the knee as well. It's an interesting sort of jumping technique from Sugawara. Set piece again now for Sweden. It's been a really stop-start type end to this second half. So Nurgen and Ayari of this set piece. Bergvall. Alanga. Recycled to Bergvall. Lofted in. Suzuki's come a long way and didn't get much of it. Nurgen. Isaac, was he off? No. Alanga. Great set in. Cleared away. Taniguchi. Langa just goes to ground. Nakatomo just clears. 90th minute now coming up. A slower quality, or lower quality in the second half. I know there was 2 goals scored, but quality definitely dropped away. Sweden have got their foot on the board, made things ticky in the second half. Much better from them in the second 45 compared to the first. The other team here, if there's going to be a third goal in this matchup, you feel it's going to come from the Swedes. Lucas Bergvall, Isaac, Gyökeres, all looking in the mood. And Antti Alanga, well, after scoring his first, has looked very, very dangerous. We've got 7 minutes of stoppage time to play. 7 minutes for a side to potentially become the winners. And the stoppage time elsewhere. The Dutch up 3-1 over Tunisia. So they conceded 5, 4, and potentially 3 now in their 3 games. Very, very bad tournament for them. I'll go home thinking, what went wrong? I think Sweden will be happy just to keep ball at the moment. Lagabaka. Long diagonal in the Gyökeres direction. Allowed to run though, and Sugawara can just get it clear. Japan sitting in that shape defensively. We saw this at times versus the Dutch match day 1. Okay, well, for Junior Ito to win that ball back, but Sugawara can only just get rid. Svensson, Bergvall. Showing a good CV here prior to a move away from Tottenham in the summer. Ball looking for and finding Ken Sema. Just couldn't take it in his stride there. Cleared away yet again. The Japanese just sitting on the edge of their own area right now. I'm happy to see this one out. Pull into Alanga. Loose touch there. Bergvall beats Agawa to that ball there. So Sweden keep coming forward. Taniguchi got a shove in the back. No foul from out El Salvadorian referee. Maeda and Elanga scrapping away for that one. Nurgen still. Elanga. Is this a chance? Well saved. And the seconds have been cleared by Sugawara. Had to be quick to get rid of that. Suzuki really could have done better in terms of parrying that to a safer area. Kensema. That took a nick. The corner kick. Elanga nearly again. On target as well. So Sweden come again from a corner. Yasin Ayari's in swing up. There it is! Oh, what a save! Isak the flicked out of the near post. Suzuki denied it. A combination of him and the crossbar. And the reason why Sweden aren't leading right now. Heart and mouth stuff now for Japan. They've really fallen away in the last few moments. Oh. Great reactions from Zion Suzuki. Japan wavering here right at the end. Graham Potter will be saying, let's go and get this. Full time between the Dutch and Tunisia. 3-1 in favour of the Dutch. They'll finish top of this group, no matter what. This is a battle for second and third. As it stands, though, both teams are going through. Sweden will be top of the third place qualifiers. Japan will be second in this group on 5 points. A win and 2 draws. Exciting 2-2 score draw versus the Dutch. And well, in the end here, it's going to be a hard-fought 1-1. Agawa. Tanaka just dilly-dallied on it a little bit. Long ball, looking for Nagatomo. Tachi Kamada. That loose ball. Don't know why he didn't let that one run. Gyökeres. For Langa in the channel. Ito. Sends it back to Suzuki in goal, and Japan are on the football again, and that might do them for the rest of the day. Both sides actually showing what they can do today. The threat from Sweden have been there. The play looked much better though when Lucas Bergvall came on alongside Yasin Ayari. And the threat of that front line is ominous. Gyökeres hold-up play, Elanga running beyond, Isak's ability just to make something out of nothing. We've seen this combination of Aya Tanaka and Daichi Kamada grow again as well. The solidity of both sides, with and without the football. Both will be very, very difficult matchups in the next stage. I believe it'll be Japan taking on Brazil, which will be a very exciting matchup. Junior Ito now. Coming up, out Mata Nagatomo. To that goal scorer, Datsun Maeda. Do Japan have one last trick up their sleeve? Minute to go here. Nagatomo the cut back. Bergvall in the way. Ito. Coming up. It's fencing in the way. Come off Nagatomo, out of play for the Sweden throw. And that should take us to full time, I think. Close matchup. Matchup no one wanted to lose, to be fair. Both teams have fought hard. A balance of two halves, to be honest. Japan a better first half display. I think the impact, though, came from Lucas Bergvall, who came on and just got Sweden on the football and got them making things happen. And Anthony Alanga's output the final third has proved pivotal for them. Coming up. Whacked that off Ken Sema. And there is full time. So this group ends. And it ends as we started it. 1-1 here, which means Sweden and Japan go through. Contrast of emotions. Some of the players quite upset, but Graham Potter and manager Moriyasu both very happy in the touchline. Japan have navigated this group very, very well. They finish up on 5 points, unbeaten in the group stages. And Alanga equalised here for Sweden to make sure they didn't lose here. 1-1, Maeda 56th minute and Alanga the 62nd. Sweden finishing up on 4 points and top of third place qualifiers. Whilst for Japan, second on the group with 5 points. Thanks for joining me, guys. It's been a good stream. I'll see you if you're going to join me once again in an hour's time for Australia and Paraguay. It ends here. One apiece.